Welcome to Synth Wars, baby. Call-in show with Synth Samurai. We are on air, and I do believe that we can say to Synth Renegades, we have the first Back to the Future talk radio style, coast to coast inspired synthesizer call-in show. So, congratulations to you guys for making it possible. Just wait for a few people to get in here. Who do we got in here tonight? We got Viral Beats. We got Smarty 1970. We got Fanuel 1986. I'm digging it. We got George G's. We got Heathcliff. We got Eternian. And myself. And we know there's going to be more joining in. What's up, Kumite Clan, Synth Samurai Squad? What's happening? Synth Renegades. All right. So, tonight's topic is, are the days of vintage synthesizers over? Is it the digital revolution? I'm not saying my opinion. Maybe it'll come out during the show, but I've been paying a lot of attention these days to vintage synthesizers and digital synthesizers and hybrid synthesizers. Since the powers that be are trying to turn us into hybrids, I thought I would explore hybrid synthesizers as well. And they're some of my favorites. So if you kind of think about it, we're already hybrids. People have pacemakers, hearing aids, contact lenses, fake shoulders and knees. It's time to probably admit that we're hybrids. But myself, I'm a pure blood, non-cybernetic creature to this day. You feel me? I feel you. All right, so we're gonna have to. What's up, Uncle Jerry? We're gonna have to get into this slowly. I got a bunch of videos prepared. We're gonna watch a couple digital. We're gonna watch a couple vintage. We're gonna hear a couple conversations, and then we're gonna have some conversations with ourselves. Then we're gonna open up the phone lines. Feel free to call in. It's absolutely been fantastic. We have 2 call-in shows now. We've got Synth Wars call-in with your host Synth Samurai, and we got oscillators and percolators, which I'll be doing tomorrow morning because I'm loving this live. So I'll pull it up later, but go ahead and like and subscribe and share if you're kind of feeling the vibe. All right. It's us versus the reptiles, baby. You know the deal. All right, so let's get jumping. Before we get started, I figured I would just show you this real quick because I know I can't afford it, and I know Echo Craft can't afford it, but I got a sneaky suspicion that one of you beautiful people out there might be able to afford this. So without any further ado, let's start the show off with the gas radar, baby. Now, I'll tell you what, this is one of the most sought after synthesizers probably ever. It's the Moog Muse 8-voice polyphonic synthesized regular. I don't know why they said regular. Maybe regular means they're going to be ooh, is this a hint? Maybe regular means they're coming out with the 16-voice Moog Muse. Little birdie told me that that's probably going to happen, so we'll see. But anyways, this is a B-stock from Musician's Friend, Kansas City, Montana. Is that Montana or Missouri? Kansas City, Missouri. Is it Missouri? Yeah. I don't know. What's Montana? MT, yeah. I'm Canadian, man. Give me a break, will you? Give me a friggin' break. All right? I'm a man of the planet. My flag is the Jolly Roger, all right? I told Echo Craft that today. 2 of the boys, Synth Punk and Echo Craft, were like, we're Italians. And then Echo's like, I'm American. And I'm like, bro, I'm a pirate, dude. I got no country, man. I'm a man. I'm a man of flat earth. Round earth. All right, so this is the Moog Muse. And look at the deal you get on this for the B stock. $3,500 on sale for $3,079.12. Is that a deal? I can't even believe it's still up. When Echo sent it to me, I was like, holy crap, I gotta show this on the show, and I bet you by the end of the show, somebody in the USA will have bought that thing, because it's absolutely super impressive. We're not playing no Moog Muse videos tonight, but to be honest, I didn't even think about this till we started, but the Moog Muse might be a vintage killer. If we're thinking about it, like, do you really want to buy that old vintage synthesizer for astronomical prices? You know, do you really want to go pick up an ARP Prototype 16 for $40,000? Do you want to go buy a Jomox Sunsin Mark 1 for $35,000? Do you want to pick up a Jupiter 8 for $31,000? I mean, seems a little outrageous when you can pick up a Jupiter X brand new for $2,899 and they'll give you $145 back. So are you seriously telling me you're gonna go pay $31,000 for a Jupiter X that doesn't even have 1/1,000,000th of the capability of the Jupiter X? It just doesn't. Can we be honest with each other for a second? I know we love synthesizers. I know we got the analog, what do we call them? The analog aristocrats, all right? We got the analog aristocrats who are like just absolutely purists, in love with vintage. If it ain't vintage, they don't want to even look at it. They don't want to talk about it. If it was made in the last 30 years, get out of here. I don't want to touch it. We got the vintage analog aristocrats, okay? But if we're looking at something like the Jupiter 8, I'm telling you right now, go watch Mr. Tuna's video, and the Jupiter 8, my friend, right here, can do everything that the Jupiter 8, the Jupiter X can do everything the Jupiter 8 can, and better. I'm talking about way better. I'm talking about so much better that if you got a Jupiter 8 right now, you should just, honest to God, just go sell it, come clean, take the $31,000 you got, put half of it in Bitcoin, take the other half, bring your missus or your man on a vacation, or your furry or whatever you're into, and then go buy a Jupiter X and chill out, okay? Because there's no way in the world you should be going out there right now and buying a Jupiter 8. Are you crazy? $31,000. Just keep going. Sequential circuits, profit, Rev 5, $30,000. What's the point? Rolling Jupiter 8, $30,000. What's the point? EMSVC 3S. What's the point? Behringer's going to come out with theirs for $400 and it's going to be exactly the same. EMS, same thing. $25,000. What a joke. Behringer, do me a favor. Just bring it on out, baby. Bring the VCS3 out so we can get a piece of it and watch Starsky Car compare them. All right, Korg PS 3200, give me a break. Oberheim Matrix 12, give me a break. Oberheim OBX 8, 19,000, give me a break. Okay, why are you gonna go buy an ARP 26 modular synthesizer for $18,000 when you can pick up the Korg one for what, $1,200 right now or something? No, the big one's probably... Who's paying these prices? That's what makes me think this whole thing's a little bit of money laundering or something, because this is crazy idea. I haven't looked into it, non-verified, just popped into my head. I believe that the people who own these synthesizers have 501c3s where they have registered these synthesizers as pieces of art, and they're getting insane tax write-offs on them, and there's something going on with that price. There might be something under the hood, if you know what I'm saying. You ever see the Wayfair scandal that went on where it was like a dresser for $22,000 from IKEA style dresser, and you're like, huh, what? And it had some pictures on the dresser, and if you zoom in on the picture, you're like, oh, I see what's going on here. Anyway, these prices are crazy. Look at this, Minimoog Model D. All right, so Minimoog Model D, you can go buy a vintage one. If you want, you can go buy a vintage one, or you can go buy one for $5,000 right now. So this is what I'm saying. Is vintage over? Is it time to, unless you're an absolute collector, it's time for vintage to finally be over. I know, Hans, they're overpriced. We're getting down. I did high to low. We're going to go through them all, baby. We're going through them all. All right, we're going through them all. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. We got a Moog one. That ain't vintage. 14 Gs. Oberheim OBXA 12 Gs. Why would you get that when you get a Behringer UBXA for 1,100 bucks? What else we got? We got the, I mean, just look at this. Let's go down to Hans Volt prices. Let's go to page 5. See what's going on. Still in the 30s. All right, now we're down here. All right, Hans, here we go. We got the Ace Tone PS 1000, $2,000. We got okay, look at this. We got a 1985 Roland Juno 106. Lucky I prepared for this and didn't just come in half cacked. So you can pick up a brand new Roland Juno X for $1,649, $350. It's off right now. How many are left? There's only 8 left, and I know one of those Echo got his name on it. So if you want a Roland Juno X brand new for $1,650, it's right there. But you're gonna tell me you're gonna go buy a 1985 one that you're gonna have to go repair, service, worry about it giving out. I mean, it looks exactly the same, so why would you go get that? And let me tell you something, the Juno 106 has absolutely nothing that outdoes the Juno X. Nothing. And you know, man, I'm a Behringer bro. So for me to rep Roland is like, I'm joining teams with the digital dogs now, baby. It's the digital dogs and the Behringer bros. Now we're just trying to get the vintage vagabonds on board to leave those analog aristocrats, okay? That's what we're trying to do. Those analog aristocrats need to stay in their zone. All right, let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. We got another 106, $2,000. We got a Korg Delta. We got, what else we got? Man, lots of Roland. Listen, nobody wants it. Look at this. Roland Juno 106. Nobody wants it. Because the Juno X blows it away. They can't be resold? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Let's keep rolling. What else we got down here? Let's get something. Let's go up. Let's go back one more page because these are all bunk. I want to get in Hans Volt territory, which is like $3,000 territory. One more page, I say we'll be there. Page 3. All right, this is Hans Volt territory. We got Moog Taurus, $4,000. What? Oh, Jeremy Clark's Analog for Life. All right, baby. But listen, are you an analog aristocrat or are you an analog anarchist? There's two teams, dude. And we don't like the analog aristocrat. Sorry, I shouldn't say we don't like them, but you know. Put it this way, I wouldn't want to be invited to a party that my missus invited me to from work and be hanging out with a bunch of analog aristocrats, all right? We just don't have anything in common. Let's be honest. It's fine. They're cool, I'm cool, but we just don't have anything in common, man. All right, we got the Korg Poly 6 for $4,000. We got... Oh, listen, the argument isn't if you buy a vintage synthesizer. Are you in this to make money, baby? Or are you in this to create a sonic spaceship to blast you into another dimension? That's the question. And Hans Volt, baby, I'll tell you right now. What's up, George Cheese? What's up, Don Wrangler? I'll sell this Juno 6. Hey, listen, man, I'll tell you what, the hell's about to freeze over because you can get a Juno 6. You won't be able to sell the Juno 6, brother. Hate to tell you. You're gonna get 1,500 bucks for the Juno 6 right now. 1,600 max. This guy's so crazy, he's selling it for 3,500. Makes no sense. What else we got? Tesco. Anyway, you kind of get the idea. I think yeah, Hans Volt, you're building a spaceship. I know you are, my man. So listen, the deal is, all right, here's some inside baseball. This is some inside baseball. As the unofficial leader of the Behringer Bros, Hans Volt is the unofficial leader of the Vintage Vagabonds. Behind the scenes, we got together over a glass of digital wine, and we decided that although we are worlds apart when it comes to our style, we got similar enemies, baby. So the Vintage Vagabonds and the Behringer Bros have now teamed up. It's kind of like the Bloods and the Crips, you know? They're kind of on the same team when they're going against the Irish or the Italian, all right? Similar deal, all right? You kind of get it? Now we're looking to get the digital dogs on board, all right? Who let him out? Boom, boom. All right, so let's get on to some more important things. So, first up, this is what I did. Let me go back to my main screen. So what I did is I picked 3 digital synthesizers. I picked a couple vintage synthesizers. I picked a video about vintage synthesizers, and we're just gonna get an idea here, and then I'm gonna open up the phone lines, all right? Because, you know, is there anything worse than coming to sit down for a 5-minute video that was filmed over 13 hours, heavily edited, compacted into 5 minutes, flash, 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 you leave, you're on the way to work, and you're seeing white spots because there's so many flashes in the edited video. Listen, if you invest your time in me, I invest my time in you. That's the agreement. That's all. Nothing ever changes hands. There's no outside influence. It's just me and you and Uli, wink, wink. And there is no outside influence. What I put in, you guys put in back, and that's why I love the live streams. That's why I want to thank you guys all for joining me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because that's what people say, and I guess it works, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's roll. So let me get this loaded up for us. All right, first up, we're gonna take a look at the Juno X, because I know Echo's gassing over this, so let me jump back. Well, bam. All right, let's take a quick look. Where are we, right at the beginning, or we jump in the middle here? Let's see. Is that enough for you? That's it. I'm sold. I'm going buying a damn Juno X right now. I don't know. Throw a J in the chat if you feel me. If you're out there for that Juno X, throw a J in that chat. All right, here we go. Let's keep it going. Don't forget, the Juno X comes with a vocoder. It comes with an insane drum machine. It comes with, you can put 5 synthesizers on top of each other. I think that in the cake world, they call that layering. And there's another world they call that too.
When Roland launched the Jupiter X, they took the classic design and structure of the original Jupiter synth and brought it into the modern market.
Yes, mate.
They brought down the brand new Roland Juno X. The Juno X is a modern Juno synthesizer.
This ain't analog. What we're doing here is we're going to do a couple shots of the analog, the digital, and we're going to go back and forth with the analog. All right. The whole idea is there any point to be buying vintage anymore? Honest to God, unless you're a collector, you got to be honest, man. You got to be honest.
So for anyone who's not familiar, in 1982, so 40 years ago this year, Roland released
40. You're telling me you're going to go buy a $40,000 synthesizer? Or sorry, a 40-year-old synthesizer? For the same price you can get a brand new one with all the technology? Maybe. I don't know. That might be your thing.
a product called the Juno 6, which was a 6-voice polysynth. Then we followed it up the following year with the Juno 60, which added extra memories. And then the year after, 1984, with the Juno 106. Setup mode. So this is in a Juno 106 at the moment, or Juno 60.
Listen to it.
I can even press Shift and Enter as well, just to initialize a tone and start with a blank waveform and build sounds from scratch exactly the same way as you would do on a Juno 106 or 60.
Exactly. Let's go.
It's time to help people customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
I do need car insurance though, so can't be driving around with no insurance all the time, can you? Yeah. Okay, so we kind of getting the idea what's going on here. Everybody's like, this is a VST in a box. It's not a VST in a box, bro. If you think this is a VST in a box, then you live in a box and you got no arms and no legs and you're considered a nugget. Everyone's asking, am I on the Jupiter? I'm off the Jupiter, dude. I'm on the Juno train now. I think this... okay, this might get me in trouble. Might get Echo in trouble because Echo's about to have two of the ugliest synthesizers known to man. He's got the Goth Girl Rev 2, and he's about to get the blue-haired... I don't even want to say it. The blue-haired girl. All right, he's about to have the Goth Girl and the blue-haired girl because the Juno 106, it's ugly, man. I was already looking at getting it today, and all I did was search for overlays, and then I was like, my buddy owns a screen printing shop. He can give me a piece of vinyl, cover that whole baby right across, pure black with some neon synth samurai in neon pink, and then a big, huge samurai spread across the top, something like that. I don't know if the Jupiter does I don't know if the Juno does less than the Jupiter anymore. Does it? That's an interesting question because I feel like both synthesizers can do each other, which, you know, they're like Siamese twins. You know, that one Siamese twin just got the head hanging off your shoulder. And it's like, we're kind of similar, but you got no arms or no legs. I'm getting it just to do that. Juno X is $1,600, brand new right now. There's 8 of them left on Sweetwater. I don't work for Sweetwater, but go to Sweetwater right now, buy a brand new Juno X. So the Juno is the side. Yeah. Only because it has less knobs, right? So less knobs, less arms and legs. Yeah, so in the Siamese twin world, the Jupiter X is the body. The Juno X is the Siamese head hanging off the back. But same voice, same sound. And you know what? The Juno X, which is the Siamese head hanging off the back, is way smarter because it has used zero energy to move the body. So all the energy goes right to the brain. That's why when Siamese twins take tests, the head on the back is the one who always answers the questions. The body just gets you to the class. Listen, I can listen to that all day. All right, so that's that one. Let me see what else I got geared up for you here now, just to get a taste of everything. Oh, should I show you this? Yeah, I'm going to show you this because Echo sent this to me today, and this is the video that actually made me want to buy. I went in. I sat in the bathroom. I sat on the toilet. My face was sweating after watching this. I was drenched. So I sat on the toilet. Of course, I had the toilet seat down. And I sat there. I reached in my pocket. I hauled out my wallet. I took out my synth bank card. I took my phone. I went, pulled up reverb.com. Boom, boom, boom. Juno X. You're not going to believe the prices of used Juno X's. It will make you actually probably internally combust and you might burn your house down. So don't go check because I want to go buy the one that's the cheapest. But I checked it out, took out my card after watching this video. I almost swiped it and I was like, oh no, take it easy, baby. You got to chill. So I chilled. But then I'm going to show you this video and I bet you someone's going to go buy the synth. Watch this. Watch this, man. This is by Theady 8000, already subscribed, already liked. Go check out his channel. It'll be in the links. It's amazing. Who cares about money? This is the problem. Who cares about money? Who cares if you buy a synthesizer and you lose money? This is the problem. Everybody's worried about money. All you need money to do is eat, put a shelter over your head, make your missus happy, treat your kids to McDonald's every blue moon, or the organic McDonald's down the street, or Donald's, and that's it. Everything else, buy synthesizers. Who cares if you lose money? Because the money lost is what is called an education. cost that you got from owning that synthesizer. Anyways, let's go. Wasting too much time. Let's go. You know money's fake, right? Everyone says cryptocurrency is fake because it's digital and blah, blah, blah. You do know money is fake. Money is fake. Labor is real. The time you put in and what you get in a piece of paper or a digidollar is all that matters. What you can do, your skill set, how hard you're willing to work, how long you're willing to put those hours in. That's it. Money's fake. Everybody's going to find out real soon how fake money is. But synths are real. I'm going to play this whole thing. Crypto's not as private as you'll be. I don't, listen, man, anything that's on the internet ain't private. So if you are getting confused that crypto's private and, you know, there's these private, there's no private, dude. It's called a blockchain. Blockchain is public by definition. So there's no private. But when you have to now pay a certain cost for something that wasn't that price 40 years ago, why do you think that is? Do you think that the companies and people just said, you know what, let's just like start paying more for houses. Let's start paying more for cars. Let's start paying our employees more. Let's blah, 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 blah. No. The government printed more money, nonstop, flat out. So there's more in circulation. Therefore, the more in circulation means the less value. Stuff isn't more expensive. Your money is worth less. That's all it is. It's a magic trick they played. The word expensive doesn't exist. It's not a thing. The definition should never exist. What should exist is that costs more, but expensive is fake. It should be like the government printed too much money, so, you know, you're going to have to pay $65,000 for this Ford F-150 because we printed so much money and, you know, we don't know where it went. Pause. All right, pretend that's not his video and pretend it's my video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to get new video updates. All right, thank you. And subscribe to Thede 8000. But there's this guitar patch. Anyway, I don't want to do too much time on rolling. Let me just jump ahead. You like those warm fuzzly wuzzlies? All right, so anyways, we'll get off the Juno for a minute. Let's jump on over. We got up next. This is another awesome site, Synth Universe. He makes patches for the hydrasynth deluxe. The hydrasynth right now, if we want to go over and look, let me turn back on me tones. If we go look, what do we got? I got it up here somewhere. Hold on. Just got to hover, let it come up. There we go. Right now, hydrasynth deluxe. $1,799. This can make any sound in the world, but I do have to tell you, it don't got the nuts. It don't got the cojones, okay? It's got everything, but if you're looking for that deep, dark growl, it just lacks that real big low end, but it makes up for everything else. $1,700, $1,800 brand new. You can pick it up. I picked up mine used for $1,100, baby, so tell you what, let's keep rolling. So this is the hydrasynth right here. Some vintage sounds just to show you what this beast can do for $1,800. Because the guy wrote me this morning, he was like, you know what? Should I buy a hydrasynth? You know what I wrote back? Take two guesses. I was like, 100%. Go buy it tonight. It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Go get it, baby. So listen to this. Not that it can't growl. I was growling it last night with one of the voice presets. Not that it can't growl, but can it growl like a mini Moog? That's the question. That's the question. And I think there might be a video of a dude, if we got time later, there might be a video of a dude growling that Hydra. But let's just check out some vintage sounds. A lot of people that hate on the Hydra haven't tried the deluxe, and the deluxe is, I mean, it's like the Rev 2 Goth Girl 8 voice, the Rev 2 Goth Girl 16 voice. The 16 voice Rev 2 is like the Goth Girl who's about to be like, why did I do that? All right, stack poly, 6. For my Mantis voice, I use the Roland VT4 on a formant setting of about 7 and a pitch setting of about 7 with some reverb and delay added to it. That's the Mantis voice. For anyone who doesn't know, go watch the jam last night. Red Mantis showed up. Truth hurts, baby. Nobody wants to know the truth. You know what happens with the truth? We'll talk about it later. That's vintage. Rev 2 is an absolute monster, but it's definitely, if not the, one of the ugliest synthesizers ever made, in my opinion. But sound-wise, amazing. It's an amazing synthesizer, yeah. And especially if you were attracted to goth girls in university and below, then the Rev 2 is for you. Oh, sugar! Look at this! The friggin' Synth Universe got a similar logo as me. Circle Piano Brothers, man. Nice! Panopticon. Do you guys know what a panopticon is? If you don't, look into it, because that's what the internet is a panopticon. A panopticon is the tower in a prison that's circular, so the guards can look at everyone all at the same time. But not only that, the prisoners know that they're being watched at all times. That's what a panopticon is. And that's what the symbol of a panopticon kind of looks like. All right. Next up, vintage keys. Listen. Cool, let's go to vintage. Oh, he's definitely using some pedal in there too, is he? Okay, so that's the hydrasynth. Hydrasynth's amazing. I think I got another video he's got loaded up here. Let me just, we won't do that one right now. But anyways, that's Synth Universe. Absolutely fantastic. Totally amazing. This is the future. I don't know, man. This is my opinion. My opinion is digital and analog hybrids, meaning digital oscillators, analog filters, are the future. That's my opinion. Now, is there going to be a market for analogs? Vintage analogs? I don't know, man. I don't know who the people are who are going to pay that kind of money. They're only collectors. So, but guys like Hans Volt knows that he can pick up a vintage analog, which I think I got you up next, baby Hans. Hold on. And let me just show you something right here. So this is Hans Volts. Let's check this out. This is a video. Go subscribe, like and subscribe to Hans Volts' channel. It's absolutely amazing. This is not a Behringer UBXA. It's a real Oberheim expander. Now, he's one of the only people that I know, and I don't know many people because I try to keep that circle small, who has Oberheim expander. And it's super cool. And I just want you to look at it because he showed the other day that there's one for sale for $3,600. That's not a bad deal. Now, Hans Volt, if you don't mind, if you're still around in the chat, can you just write what you wrote in there the other night? You were like, this has 6 voices and six, every voice has like this much stuff. It's like 6 Oberheims in one for 30. Just type what you did in the chat while we listen to this. Hans Volt, go like, subscribe, and share, and everything else. Hans Volt is one of the synth renegades, and like I told you, he's the unofficial, maybe official today, leader of the Vintage Vagabonds, all right? Hans Volt is the leader of the Vintage Vagabonds. Sounds good, man. And you know what? There's something... The next few minutes, he says here, for synth nerds only, man. So, and we're all, listen, man, can you, listen, let's be honest. We're all synth nerds, aren't we? We can make groups and tribes and titles and this and that and synth mafia and synth renegades and the Behringer Bros, the Vintage Vagabonds, the analog aristocrats. You know, we got them all out there. Synth renegades, the largest group of them all. But at the end of the day, we're all synth nerds, and that's what unites us. We all love sound. We all love frequency. We all love electronics. We all love digging in. So this is what's so cool about this. And when I'm looking at this, I'll make this bigger now in a second. But we're looking at this, and there's just something that is really, really, really satisfying about looking at those green screens, man. Big time. If you're a Vintage Vagabond, Hans is the unofficial leader of that tribe, baby. Some big time things happening in this video, in this synthesizer. Some big time things happening. That's why Hans Volt is one of the most amazing musicians, to me, on the planet. He's an absolute legend. We don't agree on everything, but that's the beautiful thing, man. He's like the guy in the dojo that we would have walked in the gym together. I would have looked at him, been like, he would have looked at me. The rest of the class would have disappeared, and I would have been like, you ready, big dog? He was like, I'm ready, big dog. And then we would have made sure we partnered up when sensei, our coach, said, you two, let's go, sparring time. And we banged it out, bloody nose, fat lips each. But, man, I respect this man a lot. And if you want to know about anything vintage, all things vintage, subscribe to his channel, hit him up. He's an absolute awesome dude. Let's go. Cool, right? Let's jump ahead. This guy's channel should have, honest to God, 100,000 subscribers to 1 million, because it's pretty friggin' awesome, man. I'm humbled when I see this kind of stuff because I don't know how to do any of this. There's something aesthetically pleasing in how the digital artifact flicker of those green lights through the YouTube and through what I'm watching, the flicker. It's just like, man, I'm captivated by not only the sound, but the video. All right, I'm going to throw his video down in the chat. Go check him out. It's absolutely fantastic. He's a synth renegade. We got to support all synth renegades at all times. So as you know, man, there's lots of people in the chat. We ain't done yet. Don't worry. Just a little intermission to have a little chat while we're hanging out here. But a lot of people in this chat have channels, man. Just bump on their name. Go like and subscribe to them. Expand the Rising Tide lifts all boats, because so many people are doing so much cool stuff. So many people got such awesome channels that we're out here in this digital forest. And you know what? We're like Ewoks, baby. In order to find us, you just kind of got to crash your ship there. And suddenly a bunch of furry little super tough and strong people come out and say, you know what? Come on over, man. We'll give you a bowl of porridge and a bit of velociraptor meat. All right. So what do you think so far? Vintage? Is it dead? To be quite honest with you, after Hans Volt's video, I think it's probably maybe not a bad deal to go pick up a vintage synthesizer. Let's check out what they're going for. Oberheim expander. Let's look it up. Oberheim expander. How do you spell it? Xpander? There we go. Let's go check it out. Gonna look at a few more things, then we're gonna open up the phone lines. So Oberheim expander. Let's go do what we got. Price lowest to high. It's always a crapshoot, man. When you're buying vintage, you know that. Yeah, Hans Volk got all the details. Ask him. 15 band multi-mode filter. Are you kidding me? Let me just go back and see if he's posted anything. Hold on. All right, hold on. Yeah, anyways, it's crazy. It's crazy. What he wrote in the Discord the other night was insane. All right, here's the prices, lowest to highest. Right here now, $3,960. You can go pick up an Oberheim expander, fully surfaced, recapped. I mean, you're buying classic cars when you buy these things, so don't get it twisted. Don't think you're just gonna go buy an Oberheim expander and not have to go down to the Japanese man store every once in a while and replace the bushings or whatever the frig's inside of it. I don't know what's inside it. Could be a friggin' gremlin in there for all I know, but absolutely. The cheapest one you're getting is $39. So you're rolling around Polybrute 12 territory with no keyboard. Is it good? I don't know. Up to you. But let's get back to business. What else we got here? Let me jump screens while I look at something. Well, bam. Let's see what else I got geared up for you guys tonight. That's Hans's video. Oh yeah. Now I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but let's do this first. No rush. We got some time. We're gonna open up the phone lines here in a minute, man. We're just getting through some regular business. So let me type this in. All right. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. This is the mellotron, right? You know I've been gassing over the mellotron. Yeah, say what you want. There's a certain reason I want it, and you just don't understand. You just haven't grasped why I want this thing yet. But someday you will understand. All right, so this is what we got. $17,000, $8,200, 76. These are all original mellotrons, I believe. Okay. We're looking at big dollars. This is the Mellotron Black Digital, $33,000 for the digital, right? So you want a real one? They don't even sell them. People love them so much they don't even sell them, all right? But I found this the other day. This is the Mannequin Memotron. I got to turn the music down because I can't think. This is the Mannequin Memotron. Mannequin electronic memotron. So what happened is, this is the Cole's notes, and don't quote me on it. It's kind of like, you know, I don't have a photographic memory anymore. I used to, but so you got Mellotron, which is owned by the Swedish company, I think a father and his son. Then you got Mannequin Electronic. Then you got another company who owns all of the Mellotron old school cassettes, tapes. I can't remember their name. Throw it down in the chat if you remember. There's a company that owns all the original stuff. We're talking about the primo of the primo. We're talking about Smithsonian Vatican level stuff, you know? And it's funny because did you guys know that the Vatican has a telescope named LUCIFER? Isn't that weird? Just seems crazy to me. But anyways, Mannequin Electronic Memotron. All playing, no talking. This is a full digital, and apparently these guys have had access to all the mellotron old school samples. So, not only that, this has got a full effects suite. The only thing is the user interface sucks. And I'll say it right here. But I just got an offer to buy one the other day, so I got to think about it. So that's why I got to show it to you. Let me subscribe. Craft Music, you the man. Here we go. You keep in mind, the original 100, but 10, you know, the 10 most famous mellotron sounds and the 100 sounds, Mike Dean's Garage, yeah. The hundreds of sounds aren't all of the mellotron sounds. And this particular memotron has got, I believe it's got distortion, chorus, reverb, and delay. I think. Don't quote me, but look it up if you need to. Get it? Let's go ahead. Oh, this is what you all wanted. Right here. Oh, this is cool too. This is what I'm looking for. I don't think you understand. What's 1,800 bucks? Who cares anymore? Whoa. Did you know that my name on SoundCloud when I made a couple iPad songs back in the day, Bizart's Journey Through the Labyrinth, Bizart's Butler, all these kind of things, that my name on SoundCloud was Kid Icarus? That's interesting. But I flew too close to the sun, baby, and I got clipped. Effects, everything you hear. That's why the memotron is supposedly the real mellotron. Evolution, I mean. Am I gonna do it? But didn't someone tell me the other day that limitations are what you want in a synthesizer? Sometimes you want limitations. You want to be so restricted that you start drifting off into this fantasy cotton candy universe. Anyway, yeah, all right. So you get it. It's all good. I was going to play another one, but I don't think so. Let me move on right now to something a little more special, and then we're going to open up the phone lines. I think I got one more here for you. Let me check. Did that. Oh, yeah, one more. So, as we know, this is what we got. We already know how much friggin' money this cost. This is $5,000, all right? This is $5,000 new. The Poly D, which I know everybody freaks out and kind of loses their mind about it, but where is it? I got it here somewhere. $569. That's cheap. Is it the same? I don't know. That's the video I posted on my thing today, which showed Dude Man doing a Pink Floyd show, and all he had was Behringer synthesizers. Now, did he have them because he could like beat them up, break them, didn't care? But he was using the Poly D as his minimoog. And not only that, he was using the DeepMind 12 as a minimoog sound. So this one's going out especially for the one and only Synth Punk, because he told me that I needed to play this video. Hold on. I think the battery's dying in my, right here. We're gonna watch this real quick. This is the one and only legendary Starsky car. Like his video, subscribe. Check it out. Is vintage dead? Is it over? Is digital? Because I'm saying digital, but have Behringer now said, we'll clone the works, man. If you want that old vintage vibe, we'll clone it and give it to you for cheap and save your money and spend it on these real futuristic synths. Okay, so Behringer's probably thinking, we'll clone all this old stuff and we're gonna let Groove Synthesis, Arturia, all these and then a bunch of boutique companies come out with these digital hybrids and these amazing things like PWM's doing with the Mantis, you know, these awesome hybrid synthesizers that blow these analog synthesizers from the past away. Not analog today, but analog in the past.
Hi, welcome to this comparison of the Moog Minimoog versus the Behringer Poly D. It's something I've been looking forward to doing for a while, this, because I did do the Model D versus the Mini.
Let's get to it.
So let's jump in by taking a listen to the oscillator.
So Synthpunk specifically said, dude, if you're gonna watch a comparison video, watch Starsky Car's Poly D versus the Minimoog. It is the most legit comparison video out there on the internet right now. And at the end of this video, you'll know if the Minimoog for 5,000 or the Behringer Poly D for 500 to 600 is worth it.
Just before the start, a little word on levels.
We don't need levels. So, talk. Let's go.
Really difficult to tell those apart. But listening a little bit more closely. So if I got it, E-oo, E-oo. But I suspect that's...
All right, man. Any of you Mark Doty ears out there, listen. Can you tell the difference?
No more difference than you'd get with two Minimoog.
What's up, Cyber Samurai, man? One of the greatest men on planet Earth, Cyber Samurai, man. He's an absolute legend. Absolute legend. I had the opportunity to have a beer with him probably a couple months ago now. Him and his missus, man, they're beautiful people, and it was an absolute honor and pleasure.
There are very, very, very minor differences in the tuning here, but it's nothing that I'd really concern myself over. The Minimoog maybe sounds a tiny bit brighter.
Yeah, let's go to filter. Ah, Starsky, what are you selling? Oh. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. Did you guys see what I just saw? I'm actually intrigued to see what this commercial is, so I'm going to watch it for a minute. Whoa, this is an Apple commercial? Whatever. All right, let's hear it. Then we're going to open the phone lines up.
So, sounding really similar.
Yeah, we're going to watch an
so
hour,
far.
bro.
Let's try and bring in a bit of emphasis.
Yeah, come on. I can already taste the cream.
And it's a complete volume killer, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's try that over here.
All right, this is the test. Then I'm skipping off. I'm going to open the phone lines up.
Same, it's got that same jump around sort of between 2 and 4. So I will
Really? All right, let's see something else. Come on. Envelopes, FM, LFO, conclusion, some sounds with reverb. All right. Because everything with reverb changes. So that's where we must. Yeah, let's get to the point. That's creamy. It's creamy, but it might be the difference in it might be the difference in a nice New England clam chowder and a Campbell's soup clam chowder. That might be the I don't know. Minimoog is New England clam chowder made down by the water. I don't know. All right, let's hear him without reverb. Don't hit me with another commercial, baby. All right. All right, no reverb, same sounds. I don't know, man. I can't hear the difference. You gotta have the chewy clam bits, man. If clam chowder doesn't have the chewy pieces of clam, then come on. Yeah, I think the Minimoog should be $2,500 too. Especially now when they're in music. Clown chowder, baby. We're serving up clown chowder at the Jester's Court at Synth Wars call-in show, man. We're just having a good time, you know? I'm the jester. I told Uli that, man. He's the king. I'm the jester. All right? That's the agreement. I'm the jester. He's the king. We all know about wizards, don't we? White mages. Do you understand? Say what you want. I love Starsky. Because you know what? I love content in general, and I love Starsky. I like his accent. I used to have a buddy who had the same accent when I was in Korea. So whenever I hear Starsky, I'm like, oh man, dude. Keep thinking about my buddy, and I'm like, man, if me and Starsky hung out, we could probably go for a beer, maybe. I don't know that. Then we went for a beer. Maybe it would get awkward. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm kind of a hard dude to hang out with, to be honest with you. I'm pretty fired up all the time, right? So. All right, sounds the same to me. Let's move on. Let's get off that. So let me do something here real quick. All right, here we are in the studio, man. Chilling, relaxing. And I'm about to open the phone lines up. Let me just get everything set up here. Let me get the chat put over on the side so I can get everything, see everything I need to see. So that's it, man. That's the Synth Wars call-in show. You got an idea of everything going on. We got prices. We got digital hybrids and hybrids from Roland that would make you, in no way in the world would you ever want to go buy a Jupiter X, buy a friggin', no way in the world would you want to go buy a Jupiter 8 or a Juno 106 or the other Juno they got out, or any of the Rhodes pianos or any pianos in general. I went and watched the Jupiter X video that, actually, hold on. Before I do this, I got to do one more thing because, honest to God, I don't think I showed you enough. Hold on. Hold your horses. Right before we open the phone lines up. Watch. right, I might say it here now, man. The Juno X might be the greatest synthesizer ever invented. I don't know. That's crazy to say. I've never played it. I have no idea what it sounds like in person, but this one video has got me all sprung. All right, so here's the phone lines. They're opened up as of right now, I do believe. Any technical difficulties, we'll deal with them on the fly. 413-279-4344. If you want to call in, have a chat, let me know your opinion, what you think is going on with vintage versus digital. Or you know what? If you just want to talk about anything else, that's cool too, man. So just hit me up, 413-279-4344. And while we're doing that, I'll just pull this up like I'm running an actual call radio show. I think I can do this on the fly. Hold on. If I click that. Yeah. So my opinion is, oh, we got to have the music back. Hold on. There we go. Yeah. So I don't think I would ever buy a vintage analog synthesizer. I just don't really think I would. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. Hold on. Let me see something here. I'm gonna make sure I got everything turned on. Do not disturb on, do not disturb off. There we go. Oh, do I gotta do one thing? Hold on now. Gotta make sure I don't have something else clicked. All right, we got a call coming in. Apollo, what's up, my baby? You're live and in color. You're online. Welcome to Synth Wars call-in show, dude. What are you thinking?
What's happening?
What's up, baby?
So, yeah, I'm thinking a lot. I was thinking about little Poly D you're showing. It's like what is that? 75% off,
dude,
from a Model D.
Oh my God!
They sound pretty similar. You know what I mean?
I guess like if you're gonna buy a Moog mini Moog, I call it the mini boob. If you're gonna buy a mini boob Model D for $5,000, and you can pick up the Poly D for $500, why not just get the Poly D and see if you actually even like it?
And at the same time, it's might even be a little posh thing, just simply for the fact I would rather go the extra mile and spend $10,000 for a 1972 mini Moog that's all finished. I would rather do that than buy that new mini Moog.
Good point. Okay, sorry, I kind of you bobbed right and then you hit me with the left. So what you're saying is, instead of getting today's mini Moog for 5Gs, you'd be like, you know what, screw that, man. I'm going to go back, and if I really want that mini Moog, I'm going to get that old flavor. That's interesting.
Yeah, I would spend an extra 5Gs on it.
That's interesting, dude.
And it would be stamped May 3rd, 1972 on it.
And can you tell me why you would do that?
Just because the circuitry is going to be what it was back then and not what it is now. Mm-hmm. And then it also, Bob Moog was in the factory when that keyboard was being made. And, we can't say that about every modern day mini Moog.
Yep, that's true. And that's interesting, man. Can I ask you a quick question? What do you think of the Moog? Okay, so when we're talking about, the topic of the show, which is, is analog vintage kind of like time to give up with it? When you see something like the Moog Muse, how do you feel about something like that?
I mean, I love it. I think it's very aesthetically pleasing.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a great keybed. The keybed's rated like way up there for like a synth keybed that's come out, especially by them in the last 7 years. And they make great keybeds. I would say 3,500. I thought it was going to be more, to be honest. I thought they were going to get that $5,000 for it. To be honest,
I thought so too, man. I thought they were. I thought I would have been blown away if they came in at 42. When they came in at 35, I was like, In Music is saying, you know what? Here we are, man. We're cutting right in. We're eliminating the Trigon 6. We're going to destroy the Polybrew 12. We're cutting into all the sequential synthesizers. We're like, you know what? And guess what? We got them made today. So as soon as you watch the Synth Mafia Tsunami, you can go to Sweetwater and buy it today and have it in your bedroom by Sunday. Insane.
That is pretty crazy times. when you look at it like that. And but I got to say, do you know anything about the key bed that the Poly D, the Behringer Poly D, is that you know what price that is?
How much the key bed cost?
Yeah.
You mean like in the whole manufacturing process, what percentage cost is the key bed?
No,
versus...
no, I'm asking you because I'm asking you because you researched that little Poly D that you were just showing on the show. You know, you were just comparing the two.
Yeah.
Well,
So
it had a key bed that they had plugged it into that's, you know, obviously sold separately. So
no, the Poly D's right here. Hold on, man. You still see me? Got the volume turned down?
No, I walked outside.
Oh, so anyways,
but hey, this is why I called you Samurai.
Yeah.
Is this? Have you taken that Red Demon and looking out all the plugins and that you got that you know that redheaded stepchild you got there on your desk?
Hold on. Dude, how did you know this was on my desk?
Listen, I don't even have to be looking at the screen. I know that Red Demon's sitting there, been haunting me for whatever. But here's the deal: is that has one of the greatest rated mellotrons built into it already. All you have to do is plug it in and use it.
Well, do you want to know something crazy? You want to know something crazy?
What's that?
So I was out on the patio the other day and I was just chilling and I was like, you know what? I'm going to break that because someone mentioned this to me. It might have actually been you. They were like, do you know the MPC's got a mellotron? So I was like, screw it, man. I'm going to turn that red beast on. I don't care. So I went and turned it on, went and sat it on the deck and I dialed up a mellotron patch. And I made a freaking song on this goddamn thing, dude. And you want to know what? Then I was like, oh shit, I might keep this. So I went upstairs and went through the super annoying process of putting on the MPC3 firmware upgrade. So I thought,
oh, you brave.
So I was like, I ain't keeping this anyway, so who cares? So I went and put that on there and I was like, maybe the colors will allow me. And then you know what happened? The freaking little bit I learned from the old firmware, I was just like, how the freak do I get to my goddamn song I just made? I was like, but
yeah, that's a big boy step just for, you know, you saying over, you know, the last while is, you know, this thing's, because it is kind of confusing at first, you know, what kind of got me, you know,
got one of these?
I have a Key 61.
Jesus, man.
And it's my baby. I do everything on it, and then, you know, I got everything MIDI, but it's my master.
And now, can I ask you a question? When you use this thing, are you building tracks? Like you lay something down, you put something on top, lay something down, then you're like, okay, sweet, I got a song made, or are you just kind of like jamming away, having a good time? What are you doing on this thing?
I do everything, but like for like school, like as far as, because I'm like I'm retired, so I want to actually understand how to, you know, structure music to my ear, but not like through music theory.
Yeah.
So I had to learn that, and then, you know, it's like, you know, I don't want to take too many steps over, so I went in and learned some basic jazz chords.
That's cool.
Jazz scales, blues scales, rock scales, things like that, you know, that I'm still, and then that's what I would do. I would just build a track.
Did you upgrade to MPC3 or not?
I have it on a hard drive, on a little flash drive, but I haven't done it yet. So, and then to be honest, is I was like completely DAW-less through my whole journey.
Yeah.
And then I found out that when I plugged my workstation into MPC2, it gave me way more tools than I had in just
God damn it. See, I didn't get to that point yet because I got so friggin' annoyed with the damn thing. So that was the problem.
It opened up a whole world to me, because I don't really like, you know, like you say, you know, block builder, Lego clicker, you know, I call them note clickers, which they make some of the greatest music in the world.
Big time.
And, you
it's
know,
an art.
very,
it's a
very
skill.
But for me, I don't want to get that impending doom while I'm trying to be creative, you know, so it's just easier for me to learn how to play the instruments, lay it down on a track, and then lay tracks over it. It's just, that's more, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't give me anxiety, you know.
I hear you, man. I hear you, dude. I hear you.
But the DAWs are super important. So when I did go to the DAW and I did have the workstation, now everything that I learned on the workstation, I just press the button and it just does it to the DAW automatically.
That's interesting. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold on to this MPC a little bit longer. And I, at minimum, got to do one video because I got to find that friggin' Mellotron song I made and just demo the Mellotron patches. So appreciate you calling in because I'm going to do that.
Really quick though, just so I don't have to type it in.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you know how to use the effects on the Akai?
Yes, I got a pretty good idea of what's going on. minus when I start doing it, I start freezing up. You know, it's like when I learn a combo in kickboxing, and then in my brain I know the combo, and then I go to do it, and I like throw my right hand at the wrong time, and I miss up the cadence, and I screw up the order of what combos was in. That's where I'm at with the MPC. I don't have the muscle memory yet to be pulling up, but I know when I got something pulled up. That's what I was doing in mellotron. Had the mellotron pulled up. I went over to program edit, pulled up the effects and everything, went bow, 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 put a ton on. And I was like, ooh, this is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I got an idea, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm doing video.
But that mellotron, you got to put some effects on it for it to really sound right. So you're going to have to, go. But good talking to you, man. I'll let you get back to the show. And,
Bro, appreciate you calling in, Apollo, man. Awesome, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, man, have a great one.
You too, bro. So, all right, that's Apollo, man. Anyone else wants to call in? Phone lines are open. 413-279-4344. Like I said, I got the MPC down here. You guys just saw it, man. I told you what I did. I was like, man, don't be a pussy. Pick that thing up. Or maybe it was saying that to me, actually. I think the MPC was saying to me, it was like, hey, Samurai, don't be a pussy. Play me. So I went and grabbed it. Kate was like, oh my God, you're not turning that thing on again, are you? I'm like, I'm turning it on again. This is probably the 5th time I turn it on, but I'm turning it on. Went out on the patio. Only reason I turned it on is because I wanted to check out the mellotron. So I turned it on, went and grabbed a mellotron, started like playing some notes or whatever, and then added some drums, did a little thing, got the song, and then I don't know why, I was like, screw it. I'm gonna go put MPC3 on because someone said, hey dude, you can get it right now. So I went and got it, went through the absolute super annoying process. We got a call coming in. We'll finish the story in a minute.
Call from
Synth Seeker.
Synth Seeker, what's up, my baby? Made man of the Kumite. What's happening? What's going on, brother?
Hey man, how's it going?
It's going good, man. What are you up to?
I need you to talk me off the ledge here.
Oh, you're looking for a synthchiatrist. You might have come to the wrong place. I might talk you off the edge. What's up?
Yeah, no. So historically, I stay away from workstations. I collect, I got my synth collection. I like to, collect monosynths, polysynths. Yep. Hybrids, analog, digital, but I stay away from workstations because I got a hybrid setup. I like working in the DAW, and occasionally going out and doing DAW stuff. But I am on the edge of the precipice, man. I am looking at the Yamaha Moog X and by extension the Montage.
Oh,
so
baby,
chalk me off the cliff here.
All right, let me ask you a couple questions. What has spawned this? Because I know your style. I'm into your show. I like your style. I absolutely find it fascinating, and I'm in awe at how you work your live streams and your live jams. It's beautiful. So I got to know what has spawned this little bit of let's call it a left turn, because the left is, the right hand path, the left hand path. You know where the left leads you. What has sent you to the left?
So as a collector, I try and get one item from all of the major synth families, manufacturers, things like that. I have no Yamaha synths. Oh. And I'm certainly not going to be buying a CS80. I'm staying away from vintage. But there aren't a lot of, there's not a big selection out of the Yamaha family, right? And so I got hung up on a Moog X, looking at videos, loop pop, things like that. And I like multi-timbral synths, and it's got some horsepower there, right? And then
it's got big time horsepower, bro. They make motorcycles, baby.
The Montage is almost overkill. It would be a waste in my collection. I wouldn't use it to its fullest. But a Moog X is sort of in that halfway place where I'm like, I could leverage a lot of that.
What keys? How many keys on the Moog X?
So it's going to end up getting. So I'm space constrained, so I'm probably on the smaller one, probably in the 61 key edition is what I'm looking at. And I know the Moog X doesn't have aftertouch. I'm going to end up controlling it. It's almost going to be a sound module. Like if Yamaha made something like a Moog X with no keyboard on it, that would be a done deal.
Brother, I was just talking to someone the other day, and I was like devastated that for example, the Modi X, the Roland Juno X, the Jupiter X, are not in desktop form. It's just, I understand why they're not, but man, wouldn't it be so amazing to get all that horsepower and be able to control it with one of your flagships you got now, or big synths?
Yeah, absolutely. They're right. I mean, I've got the hydrasynth deluxes. You know, the poly AT on that would be perfect. Right?
Dude, you love the
just use
hydrasynth
that as
deluxe
control
or what?
surface. I do.
Dude, just tell everybody how awesome it is, dude. I don't think people believe
awesome.
me. I'm a synth baby.
So
you know?
I'm a grid player, right? So
Yeah.
I'm a push 3 MPE poly AT kind of guy. I like the grids, but when I reach for a keyboard, I tried a bunch of different keys as controllers, and the hydrasynth deluxe. When I want to go to a linear keyboard, that works best for me.
It's fun too, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so I think I got I love the Yamaha Mod X. I've watched tons of videos too about it, and I'm like, you know what I always go to that for? I'm like, I need that freaking saxophone, baby. I'm like, I need the saxophone, and don't ask why, but I'm like, I need that saxophone. Then I can run it through my pedals, and it'll be absolutely extraordinary. Because I don't want to have to buy a saxophone and play it through the microphone. And I follow a guy named Synth Fantasy, who I believe has that. And if it isn't him, it's someone else. But the sounds that I heard coming out of that, I was like, oh man, this is such a really good synthesizer to have in your setup. The only way I can walk you off the ledge is that I did hear whispers that Yamaha is getting ready. That's all I can say about it. I heard whispers that Yamaha is getting ready to come with something pretty nice. So this is my advice to you. I'd say give it till December 26th.
Right.
If Yamaha hasn't brought the Big Daddy by December 26th, I say, dude, just go for it. Because you know what? I checked out your setup. It's amazing. And I didn't know that was one of the reasons you were doing it. But I like the idea that you're collecting while also curating sound. And I'm one of your biggest fans, dude. I'd say give it till December 26th. If you don't see the new Yamaha by then, just nail it. Go for it. You're gonna get it used or new?
Probably new, because I'm a warranty guy.
I hear you, baby. I like that too, dude. Because there's nothing worse than buying something and you're like,
well, you know how it is. It's like when you're buying synths, once the collection gets big enough, eventually you're gonna get a lemon. And I've gotten a few lemons, and I was glad that I could return it and swap it out.
I like buying stuff new or on sale the most, and only used if I really don't got the cash. I don't know. That's just how I feel too, man. I don't like going to thrift stores, right? I go to them sometimes, but it's just not my thing,
We got a good local synth community here, so buying from friends and family used, that's fine.
That's cool.
No problems there.
That's cool.
Yeah. Hey man, let me get off the line. Let somebody else squeak in here.
Hey,
Thanks
appreciate
for
you
talking
calling
me
in, man.
off the ledge.
Listen, I hope you're getting back into it, man. Get back into health, man, because I know everyone's missing your streams, dude. And thanks for calling in. You're the man.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
Right,
See ya.
All right, that's Synth Seeker, baby, the one and only absolute legend. Go check out his channel, Synth Seeker. Always doing wicked live jams on Sunday. He's got a cool style. He's got an epic spaceship. Super legend. I've went to him a few times about things that I've been concerned about. He's super helpful and he's an awesome guy. All right, back to the tunes. If anybody else wants to call in, you know the number. We can take a few more calls, I guess. While we're waiting, though, for a call to come in, I got to jump over because, we're self-sponsored, baby. We got no sponsors. It's just me down in the living room making t-shirts. We got the Synth Renegades line. We got the Cream Dream, which is actually my favorite. I should show you it, but I don't know. Sometimes it comes up, sometimes it don't. Hold on. Oh, there we go. There's the back. Synth Renegades. Hold on, we got a call coming in.
From
Hans Volt.
All right, baby, the one and only. What's happening, my brother? Hans Volt, the unofficial leader of the Vintage Vagabonds. What's happening?
What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
Hey, man. So, my thing is always you gotta experience as many synths as you can.
Yeah.
I'm actually with this the Juno X.
Sure.
It's pretty cool. Sounds good. Come on, man. Look, let me just clarify.
Yeah, clarify.
I got vintage synths.
Yeah.
I got digital synths.
I got a few new synths. You know, I like sound, man. You know, I like synths.
I think that's where we bond. I think that's where we bond, man. And you know, I think you said this to me a while back, and then I got to say it back to you. But bro, you're the leader of the Vintage Vagabonds now, man. You know, heavy the head that lies the crown. And I like that you're coming out and saying that, because me and you have connected on sound, because I love your sizzle, and you've also encouraged me to be a synthetute. And I think that's amazing. It's some of the best advice I've got from anybody, to be blatantly honest with you. I don't know if it's because I want to hear it or just because it's true.
Well, listen, I'm telling you, because this is the journey I was on, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Throughout the years, I bought all types of synths. I bought cheap synths for $75. You know, I bought some gems, and it's fun, man. It's fun just exploring out there, you know? And,
Can I?
go ahead.
No, you go on, man.
I was gonna say, you know, you gotta experience as many as you can. The Jupiter X, it's awesome, and then you gotta move on from there and see what else is out there. You know what I think is cool too, and what I spent some time doing? I got a granular synth, you know, so I could explore granular.
Which one?
I got the Tasty Chips GR1.
Oh.
I've had that since I was on the Kickstarter on that thing. I had it when it first came out, and
I love that one, dude. I've been looking at that one forever, but then I've been like, oh, should I go granular? And then they came out with the, what is it, the GR Mega? Is that the next?
The GR Mega,
dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
that thing is pretty phenomenal. Like I'm really into it. I mean, it's expensive though.
I know, but
so there's granular, and then subtractive synthesis, and then I've also got a Kawai K5000S, which is an additive synthesizer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had a DX7, you know, FM synthesis. So it's also good to explore synthesizers that are in those different synthesis types. So you know what's out there.
Well, one thing I like about the kind of advice you've given me is you haven't discounted the journey you went on. Like, so it shows me you've got really good insight, and you're humble in the sense that you realize what you went through, man. You realize you had to spend some money, make some sacrifices, do things you didn't want to, but you also have, like you were telling me a while ago, you've narrowed your sound and your style and everything right in, because you've touched so much and you've played so much and learned so much that now you're really narrowed in what brings you the most enjoyment artistically. Does that make sense?
That's exactly it.
Yeah,
and even the music I make, you know, it took me a while to get to the point where I love I used to hate all the music I made.
Mm-hmm.
I'd make songs and I wouldn't even want to share them with people because I just wasn't into it. But now this weird genre that I'm in, which I don't even know what kind of genre it is, like some dubstep, some trip hop, some trap elements, it's all muddled together.
It's
awesome. I feel like
bro.
I really found who I am. So it's important that you do the same. But you know what, bro? I've watched your old videos. Well, you're a monster, man. I hear you singing. I hear you doing reggae stuff. I mean, it's freaking entertaining. So you got your own whole freaking block of entertainment that you can offer, man. So
I'm a jester,
whatever
bro.
the hell,
I'm a synth jester. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it.
No, man, you're putting on a show, man, and that's the addictive quality that you have, and that's why, you know, an old school synth guy like myself can watch you, who you call yourself a baby, but you're not really a baby. But you know, I could watch you and be thoroughly entertained with all my synth experience. You know what I'm saying? So
well, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, that's big time. I appreciate that, man. And I gotta say, I love your stuff too, man. Do you got anywhere you want to, where you sharing your music and stuff like that? You want to shout out on the channel or anything like that? You want to go check it out, or are you kind of doing a little bit of incognito?
I mean,
stuff?
you know, I'm pretty incognito, but I'm on SoundCloud. I got my Instagram and YouTube, but you know.
Sweet, dude. Listen, man, and I was telling you a while back, let's do a show together, man. Once you get everything set up, let's get going.
I'm almost ready, bro. I got my camera figured out and a few more little loose ends.
Sweet, I love it, dude. Hit me, like I said, hit me up. We'll do a little, if we need any help with anything, man, I can help with the OBS. I ain't no expert, but I kind of got the friggin' basics figured out.
Yeah, you know more than me, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right, dude. I appreciate you calling, Hans, man. You have a great evening, my brother. I'm sure we'll be talking.
All right, dude. Pleasure.
All right, bro.
Later.
That's Hans Volt, baby. Absolute legend. I'll tell you what. Check out his music. Instagram, Spotify. Can't remember what the other one he said was, but go check out his YouTube channel, Hans Volt, man. Dude, he's the man. He's cool. Love him. All right, phone lines are still open. We had a couple missed calls come in. I'll probably take 2 more calls. 413-279-4344. Hans Volt and synth-punk have conflicting philosophies, but both philosophies are equally valuable and wise, because synth-punk speaks from looking back on the experience and saying, now I think I have my best, so I want you to have your best right now. Hans Volt is looking at his experience as in, I think I enjoyed the journey the most, and because of the journey, now I'm here. So they're both amazing philosophies, and I love them. All right, we got another call coming in here.
Echo Craft.
All right, we got the one and only Daywalker El Vampira El Blanco. What's happening, Synthblade, baby? Echo
What's
Craft.
going on?
This is it, dude. Just chilling, having a good time, relaxing. What do you think? What's going on?
Is this going to be one of those shows? Is this the one that's going to be the marathon one?
No, dude. Is it becoming a marathon? How long we been going?
Jesus Christ, man! I watched 3 episodes with my wife of Discovering Witches on Netflix, and that had to be at least 2 hours ago.
I told you, bro. If you invest in me, I invest in you. It's kind of that kind of thing. And as long as people are here hanging out, having a good time, I'm staying online. And the Synth Marathon, my brother, I might freaking do that next Sunday. I got to talk to the missus and be like, bro, or sis, I shouldn't call her bro, should I?
Yeah, I thought you were going to.
I got to be like, Katana, baby, listen, we might have to take Sunday off because I got to do the Synth Marathon. She'll be like, do it then.
An all-nighter.
That's what my missus says to me. This is what my missus says to me. This is what's crazy and why I love her the most. She's ride or die, rough rider to the max. And if I go to her with a half-cocked idea, she looks me dead in the eye and she's like, do it then. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm not ready. I'm not ready, baby. But and she's like, well, don't be bringing it up if you're not ready. She's like, because if you do it, I'm behind you 100%, and that means I gotta work. So figure it out, tell me, and if you're going for it, go for it, and I got your back. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, okay, frig. So
no, my wife's the same way. My wife basically doesn't give a shit at all.
Yeah, your wife's amazing, dude.
She basically will say stuff like, yeah, whatever, just do it. You know what I mean? She's staring at me right now. She's shaking her head.
You guys got to come over for a fire one night. Ask her if she's into it. Can you hear me?
You want to come over for a fire one night? He said. Me, you, him, and Kate, and just chilling. Oh my God.
Tell her it won't be on YouTube. There's no synthesizers. It's just a fire, relaxation.
No synthesizers.
Yeah.
She said I have to listen to you two bozos talk about synthesizers.
All right. We'll work on the delivery of the invitation later. All right. So what's up, man? What's happening? I played those Juno X videos for you tonight, and also for me because you sent me that totally insane my favorite presets video, which I told you had me on the toilet sweating with my synth card out about to buy it, and I had to pull back. I had to snap out of it.
Because, man, when I came across that video, I sat there and went, holy shit, this is what I wanted to hear. Mm-hmm. And I was like, pardon my language, but I was just like, wow. I'm like, this is crazy. Mm-hmm. It's, again, I saw Uncle Jerry in the chat, and him and I, that was the Juno 106 was our first synthesizer, our first poly synths. So it's kind of cool that I have that in common with Uncle Jerry, But yeah, man, I was blown away by the sound of it. I owned 2 Juno 106s, and I've talked about that before in other episodes, but just absolutely stunned and blown away by this thing. And today I took some stuff out of the closet. I took some pictures of it. I put it up on Gear Exchange, and if all goes well, I got about $900 cash that I can put towards it. So,
dude, that's close, man. That's getting real close.
It is, and I'm pretty excited about it because, it's like I said, I was looking at the Muse, and man, I sent you a picture. Did you see that picture from Reverb? There was a Muse that was
Yeah, dude, I played
stock.
it. You were watching friggin' vampire movies with your missus. That's what I played at the beginning of the show. I was like,
Yeah,
I was like, me and
stock,
Echo can't
$3,000.
afford this. I was like, me and Echo can't afford this, so I'm going to show it.
Yeah, man, I was just like, B stock. I was like, how is it already B stock? Like,
I know, dude. And that's, dude, $3,000. So you're going to get $500 off, man?
yeah.
That's
I don't
total
get it.
insanity, dude. Total friggin' insanity.
And that's why I was just kind of like, I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do this. I was like, and again, I talked about this before with you, and I know I'll let you go because I know you got other callers calling in, but
hey, we're in no rush, baby. Relax.
No, no, I was like, there's just something right now, my brain, and I just listened to Hans Voll talk to you about, buying everything, trying everything, and digital, analog, everything. And I've had, I've had my fair share of all of that in the past and now, I had analog stuff, I had digital stuff, and again, here on this, in this studio, I've got a mixture of everything again. But there's just, what's calling me right now is hybrid and digital.
Yep.
Because of the
Me
technology.
Too. Me too.
Digital back in the 80s was very thin sounding and very, you heard it everywhere, especially like the Korg M1. That was everywhere. It was overplayed everywhere. I had one.
Mm-hmm.
That universe sound. I actually used it on my album, one of my albums. But it just, it was everywhere and it's thin but now the technology now, and Roland really harnessed the sound of analog. They really did.
Big time, dude. Me and you talked about this earlier. I'm actually kind of a little bit pissed off, to be honest with you.
Why is that?
I'm a little bit freaking pissed off that Roland hasn't been getting the love that they deserve, because I'm watching these Jupiter and Juno X videos and I'm like, these things should be the pinnacle of what people are like. I should at minimum get one of these, because the technology involved in it and the sound and the build quality is crazy. But somehow Moog and Sequential and Oberheim put out all that propaganda against Roland and Arturia, dude. Listen, man, if anybody doesn't think there's a propaganda war going on, what the frig is that little damn freaking thumb thing that popped up there? You see that?
No.
Anyway, so I think because I made a thumbs up. Hold on, let me see if it does it again. Anyways, the propaganda that's out against, because you got to understand, this is synth wars. The topic of the show is, if you think that multi-million-dollar companies aren't involved in corporate espionage and corporate propaganda, you don't know what I don't even know what you're doing, because you don't even know. If you don't understand that part, then you're missing the other part,
And I think you're right a little bit about that, because, obviously, competition, you got to have competition.
I'm into it. I like it.
Yeah, you got to have it. But, you got Korg, Korg's putting out kind of hybrid synths. I mean, think about it. The Prologue.
Yeah,
what it's
the
called?
Minilog, Prologue, or hybrids.
But I mean, the other thing is, Roland, like you said, isn't getting the love, man. And I think it also has to do with their marketing. I mean, they were the pioneers of the whole electronics scene. You had the TR-909, which, happy TR-909 day, by the way.
Yeah, you too, man. There's no shoes for that one, so I couldn't.
I know.
Couldn't get a pair of sneaks for that one. But why not ride the lightning and put out a pair of 909s in that cream color, or that gray, whatever colorblind you see?
You would like that cream color. I know you like the cream
dream,
color
bro.
sets,
cream
man.
dream. You know it.
That's what I'm selling. I'm selling the TR9. I wasn't going to, and I can get almost $600 for that thing now.
Yeah, dude, sell that, dude. If you're gonna get anything, get the Behringer one. Man, we're Behringer bros. We don't got to hide it, right?
Well, not just that. Is that I already have two TR-808, a TR-8S that has all those sounds built into it anyway. Same engine,
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, like I said, real quick, I agree with you. I don't think Roland is getting the love that they deserve, because those synthesizers like that video that you played, and the one that's the one I sent you. That really is what. I mean, I was blown away by the Juno X, but that really was what blew my mind. So I went on to Roland Cloud, because I'm a member of the Cloud, and I was looking at stuff,
And dude, right out of the gate, when you buy that synthesizer, you get 10 free packs of Synth Magic.
Damn, dude.
And just when you buy the synth, they give you this coupon and you download 10. And the sounds, the thing can load sounds unbelievably. Like there's
super
so many
fast
different packs.
too.
Yeah, and you do it from your phone if you want to.
Listen, dude, it's the future. I'm not going to be that guy who is saying the internet's going to kill all of us, Y2K style. All right, I'm not being that guy who is like scared of technology. And I know you're one of those guys who got all those like CIA microphones in your house. You got Alexis all over the place or whatever, right? So listen, I know you're not worried about it either. Okay.
Well, you gotta be careful when you're a vampire. You gotta have security.
Hey, listen,
so,
man. That's why you didn't you tell me the other day, hey, I'll give you an Alexa to put in your house. I was like, listen, man, I don't know about that. Yeah. So, but I told the missus, I was like, I think we should rig the house up, man, with the full tech. I'm like, I'm done having people scare me away from tech. I might just go full Bill Gates tech, you know?
Well, but see, you got to control it. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to be in control.
Yeah.
You don't want the man controlling it because you're doomed because he's already controlling all this crap now anyway. So.
Hey, we're just trying to escape a little bit, aren't we? That's why I'm building this spaceship because I'm actually, from everything that I've read, if I can hit this certain frequency, I'm out of here, bro. So everyone thinks I got gas. No. I'm trying to hit an actual vibration that I can get out of here. All right, that's what I'm up to.
Well, that's why I'm writing a book about spirit chords, man.
I love it, dude. I love it.
You tap into that, you go to any galaxy you want.
So let me ask you a question. How far away are you from getting the Juno X right now? What's the timeline? We got to know, man. This is gas chiatry. We need to know when we're going to see this in the Echo Station.
I messaged my guy, and today, and this is what I said. I said, there it is, right here. I said, hey man, I'm really interested in this synthesizer. Is it possible to postpone the extension on that? Because right now it's on sale, so $350 less. Mm-hmm. And he wrote back and he said, "Hey Jay, I can hold the price for you. I can hold the price for you to be a little longer, no problem. Do what you got to do." So that's Sweetwater, and that's pretty cool when you get a relationship with a Sweetwater rep like that, because he can pull some strings. So as soon as I sell these 3 pieces of gear, dude, that's it. I'm down. I'm buying it. That's
amazing.
So
I'm excited for you.
Well, yeah, and it took a while. I mean, it's like the TE05, the Muse, the peanut butter and jelly. That's what I call the PB12.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, and then the Jupiter. And then the Jupiter was just like, every video I watched, every single dude was like, "Oh, it's a little bit of a learning curve." I'm like, you know what? I don't need a learning curve.
Yeah, exactly, dude. This is the thing we were talking about earlier. It's like there's a whole funny thing is I was having a conversation with my friend in Newfoundland over text today, and we were talking, and he was like, "Dude, go learn the whole pentatonic scales of all these things, blah 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 blah." And he was telling me like, "Man, you need to go do this. You need to learn that. You need to learn this. You need to learn that." And I was like, "I know, all right." I was like, "I know, dude. I got to learn so much." I was like, "But do you understand what I'm trying to do here? Like, I'm trying to do something that the pentatonic scales, yes, would be very handy. But you do know that I got three jobs. I got a missus I got to take care of. I got home protection I got to worry about. I got a garden to tend to. I got a spaceship to build. I got Samurai Nation to come in and hang out in. So
that's right.
The pentatonic goddamn scales, whatever the frig that means, I have time at the moment."
Well, listen, if you get a chance, any of you guys listening right now, if you get a chance, go on to sonicstate.com.
Yeah.
And look up the Sonic Talk with Clayton.
Yeah.
He's the guy, he's Cell Dweller. He's
that's a cool name.
Scandroid. He's Circle of Dust, okay? And it's a one-on-one with Nick Batt, and listen to what he says, and it'll blow your minds. Mm-hmm. And this guy, when you listen to his music, you sit there and go, this is an accomplished musician. This guy's written music for movies, games, everything, right? And he goes, just like this, he goes, Nick asked him where he learned how to do this stuff, and he goes, I don't know what I'm doing, man. I just do stuff.
Dude, honestly, that's what I'm doing. I have no friggin' clue. I don't have any idea what I'm doing with anything. I don't even know how all this kind of happened. I don't know how OBS happened. I don't know how synthesizers happened. I don't know how any of this kind of happens. It's just happening. And I'm just like, me and you talked before. I'm just kind of rolling with the flow. I get an idea. I go for it. I want to do something. I start doing it.
It's passion.
Yeah, it's just got the passion, baby.
Just passion, man. You got the passion.
I'm a passion flower.
All right. Well, listen, I don't want to keep you. I want to listen a little bit more what's going on and hear some more callers. I just wanted to chime in. And, you know, I'm telling you, man, I'm real close.
Yeah, man.
There's gonna be another Juno living in my house again, which is kind of nice.
I ain't lighting a match tonight because I can smell the gas from here coming from your place, baby. All right. So listen, we'll catch up tomorrow.
All right, brother.
All right, player. Salute.
All right, peace.
Peace. All right. I think I'll do one more call. That's it. Then I got to go get some dinner and I got to do some other stuff. So Synth Wars call-in show. That's the one and only Echo Craft, Daywalker, El Vampiro, El Blanca, Synth Blade, aka all of those. And you know Echo, go check out his channel, man. He's absolutely amazing. Tomorrow night we got a show, Synth Fighter. Like I said, man, I'm just trying to hang out and do content pretty much with each other so we have a good time and we're cool. So let's do one more show and one more call and I'm out of here. 413-279-4344. It's been an absolutely beautiful night. I think the analog aristocrats, the vintage vagabonds. Yeah, I gotta eat dinner, bro. Listen, man, I just eat when I can. This is the deal. I get it in when I can squeeze it in. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of how I roll. Especially with the missus on a little bit of hiatus. Okay? So, as far as I'm concerned, let's turn on the music, actually. Makes it feel not so lonely. Change this song, too. It's supposed to be reggae. Oh, I like that. Agua Bonita. All right, if anyone else wants to call in, I'll leave it open for 5 more minutes. We'll call it 9:50. I'll get out of here, go grab some dinner, relax. But the whole thing I'm thinking, we all love synthesizers. We're all synth nerds. One of the cool things about Samurai Nation and what we got going on here is we disagree, we can argue, we can fight, man, but we all know at the end of the day, we're all the same. Hold on, I gotta get this phone call.
Call from
Andrew.
All right, Andrew, baby, what's up? You are on Synth Wars call-in show live. What's happening, man? It's been a good night, and
hey, what's
welcome.
up, guys?
What's up, bro?
How's it going?
Pretty good, man.
So, after 20 years of working entirely in the box, I finally took a dive and got some modular here.
Welcome, man. Welcome to the world, man. Of the hardware hardcores. What'd you pick up?
I got a Voltage Lab 2 right before like Labor Day, and then like a few days ago I got the ES9. And what that does is it allows you to communicate with your computer. So basically I can use a program like VCV Rack, which is basically how I self-taught myself the modular stuff. And now I could basically expand the Voltage Lab without any limitations. So like if I was like, oh, I wish I had this, I could just, you know, throw some CV from my computer right into the Voltage Lab.
That's epic.
And I'm really enjoying it. You know, it's nice to have some physical hardware. It's nice to have that analog sound. It's been a lot of fun.
So would you mind telling me like how your little journey through in the box kind of led you to leaving the box? You know, because I kind of like leaving the Matrix a little bit too. You're like, what?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I'm not a keyboard player. You know, I kind of dabble a little bit, so I feel like I make up for that lacking by being really into sound design and, you know, playing with automation, just being really creative on the production side, and just an absolute maximalist when it comes to that. So
I feel that
it always seems like, the natural progression of that is to take it out of the box with Eurorack, where you're just basically building your custom sound or custom instrument. So that's what got me there. I think, you know, I always wanted to learn modular, but, you know, quite frankly, it was just super intimidating. Like I remember like one time I was at NAMM and I just I wandered into that section and I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm out of here. This is way too much for me. And like, it seemed like it had such a high ceiling for learning and also the expense of building your system. It just seemed like endless complexity. And like, whenever I looked into it, I would get, what's it called when you have too many decisions?
Oh, analysis paralysis, man.
Yeah, analysis paralysis. So at some point I stumbled onto Omri Cohen's YouTube channel to where he teaches VCV Rack, and that just felt like a really nice entry into it because it's a free piece of software and just kind of learning at my own pace. So I kind of did that on and off for like 2.5 years, like when I was like in between projects, you know, and it's like one of those things where it's like, if I'm not doing it consistently, I'll like forget about like the basic, you know, signal flow of you know, of a module or multiple modules. So I just kept doing it. You know, I got some books, and then it's like, okay, now I want to build my system. And then I just got really discouraged because, again, like, just like you have to be like, okay, what oscillator is the best oscillator?
Where do you freaking start? It's just like,
yeah, there's just, and then it's like, okay, then what's the best VCA, and like what makes one VCA different from another? I didn't have the time or energy for it. So then I was like looking at semi-modulars, and like none of them really hit all the marks for me. But you know, the Voltage Lab 2 came out, and you know, started watching the marketing for that, and you know, I just waited till there was a floor model near me, and I loved the way it sounded. And
sweet.
It was going to be between that and probably like the Behringer 2600 clone. I thought that was really cool too, but the form factor on the Voltage Lab was a little bit more what I was looking for, because I kind of want to have something that lives permanently near my desk, and it's got keys. Kinda. I mean,
or
it's
not keys.
got
It's got the what are they called? What are those things called?
Touch controller.
Yeah, the touch controller, man. Which is like, when you got modular, it's cool to have a touch controller or a MIDI keyboard to put in the notes too. You know.
Yeah, it's a fun little tool. The touch controller. Like, I like that you could ratchet notes. You could set up chants for it to like go to the beginning of the sequence. You could change the step length on every single step in the sequence. So just like endless amounts of play and creativity. And then like, now that's confounded a million times, and that I can have it interact with VCV Rack. So I guess now, like, go ahead.
I was going to say, can I ask you a question? When you looked at the Voltage Lab 2, were you also looking at the Tiger keys, the Taiga keys?
You know,
or were you the Voltage Lab's more up my alley?
I was a little discouraged from the Taiga, but I don't want to say why, for a number of reasons.
Fair enough. Again, I love Pittsburgh Modular. I don't have any other gear, but it's one of those companies that it's in America. I love, you tell me if you're into this too. There's something about when Pittsburgh Modular puts out some marketing videos and they're doing stuff in the studio, and you can tell they're trying really hard to have fun bringing the product to the consumer while also really trying to make something sound awesome. So I love Pittsburgh Modular big time.
Yeah, I mean, their marketing just really worked on me. Just
it's cool.
You know, I love like looking at synthesis and that old school like 1950s perspective of like experimentation and the scientific method, and that's what they were doing in their marketing. And then like I watched like their 2-hour QA video where they go through like every single component on the device, and I was like, yep, this is gonna work.
You watch their live streams too, where they just jam and stuff?
I literally plugged it in, like followed every single thing they did for 2 hours, of course pausing it to go on like, you know, hours long excursions once I wanted to play with it. But yeah,
so
I guess now,
an amazing time. You're really enjoying it. Yeah.
My question to the community now is, so like, you know, I work mostly in like, you know, the film space and the media space. And like, that's all about like, we need this yesterday, like rush, and just getting things fast. What's your ROI on the time? And now this is just like a completely different mindset for me. So it's like, now, how do I integrate that into this workflow? Is it like I just always record and then I throw this into a sampler? I'm just trying to think about how can I maintain that workflow, but really get the value out of, you know, truly bespoke sounds, you know, with this and the ES9.
I'll tell you what. One of the greatest resources in the Synth Renegade community is the Machines One. I don't know if you check his channel out. It's called The Machines One. He's big time into modular. He's had an absolutely epic journey, plus all synthesizers too. Subscribe to his channel, shoot him a message, man. He's super helpful, but it depends. Like, to me, you want to know my philosophy, and then we'll throw it out to the chat, see if they bring anything else in. My philosophy on when I started, because I kind of was like you, I just kind of like fell into it, and I started with the iPad and GarageBand. Then I was like you. I was like, oh, man, I got the analysis paralysis. What I'm going to get for a first piece of hardware because I want to because it's intimidating, especially when you're not a musician, you haven't been trained on anything, and you're like, should I really spend this money on something? I just said, I'm going to have all my stuff hooked up into a mixer. So buy a cheap Behringer mixer. I'm going to have all my audio going into the mixer and then into a DAW, or for example, I use OBS, but into a DAW. And anytime I sit down to noodle, like you're going to do on your gear, I just hit record and I just I don't sit down and ever play synthesizer. Sometimes I do, but let's just say 90% of the time. And the times that I don't have record on, I always regret it. I'm always like, damn it, I should have just recorded. And then I just, like Echo told me, I got a separate hard drive off to the side where I don't have that now. I got it all on my computer, but he told me to get a separate hard drive and just save all of your music that you're making and everything all on a hard drive, but just always record everything. And like if you go into the studio, the bedroom, wherever you are with your gear and you sit down, just think about it. If you hit record and then you just forget that you're recording and you just noodle away for an hour, dude, that's 60 minutes of absolute magic. And you can go back and listen to that and just imagine all you got to do there is like find, if you're into producing tracks or however you want to do it, you can pull 3 minutes out of 60 minutes and be like, this is amazing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm just like so used to recall on sound. So it's like I did some beautiful ambient thing like last week where it's like, of course, like really straightforward, kind of like, I guess you call them like East Coast sounds that are just plucky sequencers. Of course, like I could transcribe that stuff and come up with something that's, the same thing. But once you're getting to more experimental sounds, you're getting like
you
really
can't recreate it, bro. You can't recreate
it. It's impossible to recreate it. And like that's what I kind of need for like, the film scoring world where it's like it's all about memory recall, like, oh, that sound would be perfect for this scene. And it's just like, do I just have to find a way to be like a good librarian with all these things I record in terms of chopping?
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So
like
samples you want. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want to like commercialize that or anything, but I just want to have a way to reutilize it and basically functionally stretch it to different contexts, whether it's like, can this work in a different key? Can this work at half the speed without getting weird granular artifacts and all that kind of thing you get from stretching sound too much?
Without overthinking anything right off the bat, because I can tell you got a vision and you kind of like you see the path, but you don't know if there's any obstacles in the way. I say right now, right off the bat, dude, record everything.
Yeah.
So get your setup to the point where you can walk into your room, turn everything on within like 30 seconds to a minute. It's all on.
Of course, yeah.
And then just hit record and start playing. And then at least you're like all this magic that you're making happen and all these diamonds that are just constantly popping out of what you're doing. Then you can be like, all right, now I need to get some way to sample this into something so I can take the best stuff out of pieces, where you can just like take a night where you're not into playing music and you go sit down and listen to an hour jam you have and be like, all right, I'm pulling that out. And you put that onto
it's such a nice thing for me too, because like usually I'm just only doing music when I have a project that I have, I have to basically copy the temp or, make this work the picture. So it's so nice just to work free flowing now and just see what happens and explore. But now I kind of want to meet in the middle. And I guess another question I wanted to ask community is like, obviously, for the most part with modular, everything is very mono. So now I don't do much recording. Everything, like I said, is in the box with sample libraries and this and that. So I'm like, I just had this aversion to mono. So it's like, what I've been doing is just, putting like a sample offset on the right and left channel. I've been adding like, stereo reverb and delay. Like, what are some other things you guys would recommend for taking this and really putting it in the stereo field? Like, what are the basics that everyone usually does for that when you're working with mono synths?
That's a great question, man. I'd love to hear the answer for that too, because the style that I'm doing, I'm doing what you said. I'm live jamming and I can't recreate it. Everything I do in a live jam, I can never recreate. So that's why I always record it. But I always want everything going in stereo because I'm not doing any post-production. Right? So I'm putting everything in stereo and I'm trying to manipulate, like you just said, panning stuff to the left, panning stuff to the right on a certain sound and synthesizer, and then having like, so I'd be interested in hearing the answer to that too, because a lot of people say you should record it in mono and then just double the file, you know? So then you just make it, and then you pan one right, one left, and that gives you your
how is that really
file.
stereo though? Because it's not really,
not, dude. It's
just
not.
It's the same sound in each channel, like, so I don't get it.
It's not. I don't think it's stereo. Personally, for me, I don't think it's stereo either. And this is a crazy thing to say, but and someone sent this to me the other day, and I was like, that's exactly how I feel. And it's like a kind of Frank Zappa kind of vibe. Is like, you know, you're only going to hear the Frank Zappa concert when you go there, you know, because he's doing everything on the fly. It's improv like crazy, intermingled into some things that he's practiced. But if you take something like you just said and you think like, I'm going to pan this to the left, pan this to the right, I'm going to put a high pass filter on this, I'm going to have this as the low end, and you've got it all pre-mixed before you record it. That's the truest form of stereo to me. And then you add stereo effects to that, and you just, that's what I think, but I'd love to hear what the chat thinks as well, man. But I think, I think when you go and change stuff, it's not the same.
Yeah. But I'm so obsessed with doing sound alikes too. So like I really just want to like make something impossible and then see if I just as an exercise to see if I can recreate it. Like I'm neurotic enough that I'll zoom in on all the knobs. I'll take notes.
Bro.
You know, I'll do all that just as an exercise. But the thing is, like I forget what you call it, like the amount of variance you get, you know, across, you know, from 0 to 100 on the knob, it's like 4,000 steps or something. So it's like, it's basically impossible to get the exact same thing. So I see it a lot in the chat. People are talking about stereo reverb, delay. I just like wonder if there's even more esoteric stuff. Like I said, you know, one of my favorite things to do is just to offset the left and right channel by like, you know, between like 100 and 1,000 or 1,200 milliseconds. Like I really love doing that, but maybe there's some other clever things.
Yeah, then like some other stuff they're saying too, like you know, you put them in 2 mono channels, you load them up, and then you use the effects like a ping pong delay on one channel, and then like something else on the other, and then you kind of start doing some different type of effect offsets on each one.
What is QPass? Someone's repeating it in the chat.
QPass? No friggin' idea, bro. What QPass is? It must be a plugin or some sort of thing. I don't know, dude.
I'll have to Google it 4 times and hope it doesn't.
All right, we got some good stuff, bro. Split your filters, change the phase. Yeah, so this is cool, man. This is an awesome, super awesome question, because I was thinking the exact same thing as you, and someone told me to record everything in mono because I was like, I need a bigger mixer, man. I need a 24 input mixer because I at least need 12 stereo channels. And they're like, dude, record everything in mono and then just do it after. But I'm not the after kind of guy, you know? So yeah, that's awesome.
I'm definitely an after guy. Like just, you know, massage until I can't take it anymore and I run out of time. And like they say, you know, like,
oh yeah, your
projects are never finished.
Vibe. You're on that Hans Volt vibe where you really, really, really get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah,
I dig that though, man. It's a superpower because it takes such focus and attention, man. That's synth Harmonic Sonic says, which is legit.
Anyways, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you got to eat dinner, so have a great evening. It was nice chatting with you guys.
Hey, appreciate you calling in, man. We'll hit you, drop in next week, call in again. We'll have this going, hopefully, whenever it pops up. All right, brother. Take it easy. Andrew, right?
Yeah, nice to meet you.
All right, man. You take it easy, brother.
Bye-bye.
So, all right, I got to close the phone lines down now before anyone else calls in. Do not disturb. Phones are off. Music is on. Man, what a great call that was. Absolutely amazing call. It's a question I've had. Lots of great callers tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. It was a bit long, but like I said, man, 2 hours, you invest in me, I invest in you. We're here together, we're doing it together, and it's a really good time, and I'm humbled, and I'm grateful that you guys even stuck it out and hung around. Analog versus digital, we don't know, baby. What's better, what's not, who knows, who cares? I'm a hybrid boy. I'm a digital cyborg. I love digital, and I love digital oscillators and analog filters. So, but I do love the Moog Muse, but don't get it twisted. That's digital too, baby. All right, everybody, you guys all have a good night. It was absolute pleasure. Like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. If you don't want to, don't do it. No big deal. And check out the merch store if you want to pick up a t-shirt. I'm going to be making some more. I'm going to be pulling a lot of them offline now and moving to some collector's items. There we go. There's the store if you want to hit it up. That's the only way to support me. We're all synth nerds, baby. Vintage vagabonds, Behringer bros, synth renegades, analog aristocrats. Who else we got in there? The digital dogs, baby. We got a whole crew. uniting against the synth mafia. All right, baby? Because we ain't down. We're here. So. Shamana now, shamana now. Synth renegades.